The Monday night lights are on in Lincoln tonight. The Bob Devaney Sports Center as we bring you Big Ten women's gymnastics. Nebraska Cornhuskers say hello to the number 17 team in the country, the Iowa Hawkeyes at 3-4-1. And good evening, everyone. Alongside the four-time Big Ten champion from Michigan and six-time All-American Olivia Karras, I'm Dean Linke. We're pushing our way to the Big Five, so give us a big picture look at this matchup tonight.
Both of these teams need this win, but I'm excited about the competition. Lots of progress made from both of these teams, and I think tonight is the night where they really seal the deal on nailing some of these landings.
Olivia, we'll start with the Iowa Hawkeyes. They have a couple athletes that could throw up a 10.
Adeline Kenlin is a phenomenal all-around athlete, but in particular on balance beam. She is the reigning national runner-up on the event, working her way into the all-around, but keep your eyes peeled for her on beam. Jerquavia Henderson has been near perfect 4 times in her career. Last week as well, 9.975 on the floor exercise. I think we are on 10 watch this evening. She is on fire. But the freshman phenom that is Karina Munoz, every time she hits the floor, you light up with excitement. So much to come from this fabulous athlete.
And Olivia, for Nebraska, we'll start with the Italian.
Clara Colombo started her career a little shy and under the radar, but this season she's really amped it up. She has become a leader on this Nebraska team and is doing excellent on uneven bars and balance beam. Sophia McClellan, the transfer from BYU, has been a staple in this Nebraska lineup. She's competing all around for the Huskers and has really been a key contributor for their success this season. And finally, Emma Spence. She had an amazing freshman season, but her sophomore year is already better. She's made immense upgrades on numerous events, and she is one of the key reasons this Husker team is looking for a good meet this evening.
Of course, Nebraska led by Heather Brink, a great gymnast at Nebraska, where she was 11-time All-American, 2000 all-around champion, 3 perfect 10s. This is her 5th season as the head coach, 12 seasons overall as part of the Nebraska coaching staff, the great Heather Brink. Larissa Libby in her 19th season, 23rd overall, 3-time Big Ten Coach of the Year, a standout in Canada, a standout at LSU, and she has certainly made Iowa home.
Iowa has had an amazing run the last couple of years, and Larissa has been so excited about the program's progress. In particular, she says that this team is really special, and I'm excited about what we're going to see from them this evening.
So Iowa will start on the bars. Nebraska will start on the vault. Iowa 24th in the country with a high of 49.2 on the bars. Meanwhile, Nebraska 26th in the country on vault with a high of 49.1. They're led by Emma Spence as their high scorer over on bars. Iowa led by Adeline Kenlin. Take a look at the national rankings for NCAA gymnastics. Of course, your alma mater, I believe, is number 2 now.
They are. My alma mater, the Michigan Wolverines, had a fantastic competition this past weekend. It's just continuing to prove that Big Ten gymnastics is on the rise.
Sophia McClellan, first to go, the junior from California. 9.75 this season to open the season against Arkansas, her career high.
Sophia opens up with a full twisting Yurchenko. Really nice job, very dynamic vault. You notice there was a decent size hop there on the landing. She gets a nice block off the table, slightest pike down in the hips, and quite a large hop backward. You see she was a little diagonal on the mat, just across those lines, which is new this season to help judges with directional deductions.
See Iowa getting ready. Allison Zolke, the transfer from Towson. Career high 9.9 set in 2021. Season high 9.85. Her last meet 9.775.
Big opening release move for Allison. Pack salto in her transition. A little jolted there on the catch, but did a really nice job hitting her final handstand right there. Just the dismount, looking for the stuck landing. Very Very close. It looked like it was the slightest little bobble on the landing. Very, very minimal, but that was an excellent start on uneven bars for the Hawkeyes.
For those of you watching Nebraska women's basketball knock off Northwestern, we're staying in Lincoln here as number 17 Iowa taking on Nebraska women's gymnastics alongside the 6-time All-American from Michigan, where she won 4 Big Ten titles, Olivia Karras. I'm Dean Linke. You have only missed Sophia McClellan on vault and Allison Zolke on bars, so they didn't miss much.
You didn't miss much. You have tuned in on the right time.
Next, Katie Keeneman.
Really nice job for Katie. She's had some issues recently with the landing, but that was the best I've seen her do this season. Another full twisting Yurchenko. It's a 9.95 start value, and really did a nice job minimizing the landing deduction. Coach Heather Brink told us that is a massive focus for this Husker team today, and so far so good, I must say.
I think she's got a good chance of beating her career and season high set twice this year at 9.775. What do you think?
I would hope so. I'm not sitting where the judges are, so I can't say for certain, but it was definitely a very nice vault, executed really well.
Late change for Iowa on the bars. Now in the second spot, Ella Castellanos, 8.975 versus Ohio State. Her career high is 9.75. Her season high set against the Buckeyes.
Really important spot here for Ella. Sometimes lineups change. Athletes go in and out of the lineup, so you always need to be ready to step up and be in the lineup as one of the routines that count. As a reminder, there are 6 athletes that compete on each event, and 5 scores count. So 1 score can drop. So far, so good for both of these teams.
A little extra time to get the score for Allison Zolke in the leadoff spot. Now the score is in, so now Ella, again, career high 9.75. Second to go for the Hawkeyes.
Ella had some trouble on this opening skill early on in the season. Massive Ray release move, so well done. Gorgeous lines on her bail handstand connection. So far, so good. Just the dismount. It's a double layout. Really well done. Much better than her Ohio State bar routine. Just the hop backward on the landing, but excellent amplitude throughout that routine.
You're right. Handstands were solid. Lines were very good.
Very good. That's exactly what the judges are looking for. Really nice entry into the double layout. Leg separation in the air. I don't know if the judges can see it from their view on the side, and of course that hop backward, but loving the congratulations from Larissa Libby. Job well done.
Indeed. Up next will be Asia Hall for Nebraska. Rogers, Arizona, 9.85 career high, season high, 9.8 last meet against Illinois.
Asia performs the same vault we saw earlier. Oh, really nice vault in the air. She was going for that perfect stuck landing like we saw from Katie just before her. Really nice job. Beautiful lines. Love the side view here. Exactly what the judges are looking for. Her chest was just down a bit, which resulted in the hop forward and what we call an under rotation, so she didn't quite make it all the way around, so the judges will deduct for both the hop and the under rotation.
Up next, Karina McSweeney for Iowa. Career high 9.825, set at the Big Fives back in 2021. Her season high she's done twice, a 9.8, including her last meet. Karina McSweeney on the bars for the Hawkeyes.
Little rushed there on her first handstand, but great job working through that massive piked Jaeger directly to a shoot over. Better job there on that last handstand, but just the dismount here. I would call that a college great stick. She had the landing. She didn't quite show perfect control before turning to salute the judge. It's one of the main points of emphasis judges are looking for is perfect control before you turn. But check out the amplitude and height on that full twist. And just the quick salute, but I'm loving the emotion and excitement after that great routine for Karina.
Queen A Jr. from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Back to Martina Comine, another Italian. There's only 2 Italian gymnasts in NCAA gymnastics. They both are on Nebraska. 9.9 career best, back-to-back 9.85s.
Nice job on that full twisting Yurchenko. You're seeing that vault a lot from this Husker squad, but so far they've all done a really great job with execution on their vaults. Martina is such an elegant athlete that I love seeing elegance come on vault. Good pop off the table, little pike in her hips on the landing, which resulted in the hop backward and a little bit of a directional hop. As you see, she landed sideways off of that line. It's not an automatic deduction, but it is something that allows the judges to see the direction based on their position on vault.
Remember Heather talking about Mighty Clara and Martina in the little tiny gym that could even fit all of the apparatuses over in Italy. As we get ready for Kendall LaPlante, career high 9.9 at Ohio State this year. She had a fall her last time out though with an 8.35.
This is definitely a redemption routine for Kendall. Looks like she caught that release move just a little bit too close. She was supposed to connect those 2 elements. Added an extra swing in there. Very short handstand. Looks a little off on this routine, but a great dismount to finish off on a high note. You know, sometimes on bars, some say that falling on all the events is difficult, but falling on bars is the trickiest. There you lose your momentum. You notice the catch a little close. Had to take that extra swing, but gorgeous double layout to finish the routine. Definitely not what she wanted as a comeback routine after last week's fall, but I'm loving the positivity and excitement from the squad regardless of the fall.
Kinsey Davis, a legacy name in Nebraska gymnastics. Her dad, Kevin, was a 7-time All-American for Sir Francis Allen. He was on the '88 U.S. Olympic team.
Big full twisting Yurchenko here. Really nice landing. Oh, I love seeing her get that landing. She's worked so hard so far in her career to really minimize these deductions. Great pop here off the table, knee bend in the air as well as a little bit of a pike position. Really nice view here. You're seeing exactly what the judges see, but check out that rock solid landing, and she loved it.
Coming off a first team All Big Ten selection from a year ago. As we move back over to Adeline Kenlin, 9th in the Big Ten in bars. Gymnast of the Week, January 24th. As you see the plant score. Kenlin's career high, she's had a 9.9 5 times, including in the NCAA regional final. Her season high is a 9.875.
This is a very important routine after the low score for Kendall LaPlante. Beautiful Maloney to Pack Salto combination. Nice handstand, just the dismount. A stick here would be big. There we go. Loving the control. When we talk about landing control, Adeline Kenlin just put on a clinic for how you need to show the landing before you salute. Big combination pass, double tuck. Sees the landing. She almost looked like she wanted to hop, but as the veteran she is, knew to be patient and let it settle, and that's exactly what happened.
The junior from Iowa City is all business this season.
She is. I am excited about her junior season, that's for sure.
All right, Emma Spence up next, the sophomore from Canada. 9.9 career high set this year against Maryland. Emma Spence.
And Emma will do a more difficult vault, a Yurchenko 1.5 twist. Really well done. Some knees in the air execution-wise, but she landed forwards, which is called a blind landing. This vault is out of a 10.0. Notice the bend in the knees there, but great job minimizing that deduction there on the landing. Threw her chest down a bit, kept the momentum moving forward instead of stopping her shoulders right above her knees. But that's an awesome 10.0 start value vault to have in that lineup.
Spence from the Dynamo Club in Canada. Karina Munoz, the freshman from East Brunswick, New Jersey. 9.8, by the way, for Kenlan. Career high for Karina, 9.875. Her last meet, a 9.8. And 2 9.8s already. We'll see what the youngster can do.
Lots of pressure here on the freshman as they're looking to drop the score from Kendall. Beautiful start to this routine. A little funky there on that bail handstand. She looked a little shy of the handstand, but great job continuing through this routine, and awesome connection. A clear hip into a double layout, really difficult to do. And while it wasn't perfect, they needed a hit, which was super important. A little off there. I can't quite see what happened. She might have just missed the timing a bit, but great job on the double layout dismount. A little bit of a college stick there falling out of it. Not as much control, but a hit. They needed that.
Exhibition now. It will not count for the scoring, and it'll be Caitlin Barth exhibition. And we were talking about Caitlin. She featured probably the last couple of years, coming back from an injury, I believe.
This is so important for athletes to have the opportunity to compete. A great full twisting Yurchenko there. Pike down on the landing, so a little bit of a body position deduction the judges will likely take, but that position in the 7th spot, you never know in gymnastics what could happen. You always need someone ready to go, and I love seeing that Caitlin has that ability to be put in the lineup whenever needed.
So Marissa Rojas was originally scheduled to go second. She flip-flopped with Ella Castellanos, and Rojas, career high 9.9 back in 21, season high 9.85. Her last meet, lowest of the season, 9.775. Sophomore from Canton, Michigan, the Michigan Connections Academy.
Big opening release move. Oh, no. Oh, just didn't look like she made it all the way around there on that release move, unfortunately. It's called a ginger. It's very tricky. You're twisting halfway in the skill as assistant coach Quest Hayden is providing some insight as she gets back up on the bar. Good handstand. Little leg separation in the bail as her transition element. But nice half in, half out dismount. So impressive to see her get back up there after a fall and have a smile on her face. We love to see that.
We are often rolling, and both these teams have all Big Ten performers. Iowa led by Adeline Kenlan. She threw up a 9.8, and Kinsey Davis with a big score on the vault. Second rotation on the bounce. As we take a look at the team scores through one rotation, it's Nebraska with a 48.95 on top of Iowa. However, Iowa, 11th in the country on vault for Larissa Libby.
This vault rotation is exciting, and coming after an uneven bars rotation that is so unlike Iowa, a little shaky. Highlight there is that Ella Castellanos score of a 9.8, sliding into that number 2 spot. Really good stuff there for her.
Nebraska, number 45 in the country. Their high score this season of 48.875. They're led by Emma Spence, who has had a high of 9.825. She'll be in the anchor spot.
Loving that 9.85 there from Kinsey Davis. Beautiful full twisting Yurchenko. She's really been honing in on that landing, and I'd love to see her get it at this point in the season. So let's talk deductions, right, Dean? That's why we're here. What are the judges looking for on bars? They are looking for your handstand to be perpendicular to the bar, right on top of it. High flying release moves, tons of amplitude, tons of height, and of course, the stuck dismount with a 0 deduction exclamation point at the end of the routine.
Tremendous breakdown of the bars.
Lots to look for on vault. Even though it is a mere 6 seconds long, they are looking for execution in the vault. The height and distance of the vault, new this year, is the direction of the landing. And then, of course, the landing, if you can minimize it for as little of a hop or a step as possible. So keep in mind, we need some high-flying, stuck landing vaults here for these Hawkeyes.
Good stuff from Olivia Karras. Let's break down the point deductions one more time, Olivia.
There's so much that it's hard to cram it all in one amazing graphic. Shout out to the Big Ten Network team for this one, but lots to look at here. Flexed feet, bent knees. See here that differing judges' opinions will depend on what the deduction is. Usually it can be up to 3/10 for bent knees. If your legs are crossed while twisting, it can be up to 1/10. Of course, a fall is a flat 0.5, so regardless of if the rest is perfect, the fall will be 5/10 off. Steps on landings can be up to 1/10 each. Slight hop as well. We keep talking about that with those near perfect landings, but with a slight lack of control, can be up to 1/10. And we'll discuss some of the beam and floor deductions later on in the meet, but keep your eyes peeled for those to understand what the judges are doing when they give these athletes these scores.
Avery Chambers will make her debut in the leadoff spot, and they call her Q, as Jerquavia Henderson will be the anchor, the senior, and as you know, Linda Zivit coming off a big performance.
I am the biggest Linda Zivit fan ever. She had a 9.975 last weekend, one of the hardest vaults in the NCAA, so if she can nail that again this weekend, the judges would be crazy not to throw a 10.
Chambers, Zolke, LaPlante, Munoz, Zivit, and Henderson in the lineup for the Iowa Hawkeyes, as you see right there, ranked 11th nationally. This is a high-pressure situation for the youngster, Avery Chambers.
Avery competes a full twisting Yurchenko. Saw a lot of those in the Nebraska lineup, but here is her first routine as a Hawkeye in competition. Great execution in the air. Looked like her chest was a little forward on that landing, and the pike down there, you notice, wasn't fully flat in the body position, which resulted in the under rotation and the hop, but head coach Larissa Libby is loving this vault depth. See what her youngsters can put up there.
So Larissa Libby talking to the freshman Chambers. Over on the bars, Nebraska, number 45 in the country. Their leadoff was Sophia McClellan, the junior from California, the transfer from BYU, who Coach Heather Brink said has really brought a spark to the Cornhusker program.
And she is already competing in the all-around. Very important spot here in the leadoff position. Gorgeous first handstand to start this routine. Sky-high straddle Jaeger. I'm loving the precision in these handstands. Slightly under on that bail, but the rest is gorgeous. Just the dismount. She does a big double layout. Oh, hop forward, but wow, the routine on the bar was gorgeous. Looks like she let go slightly early on the dismount, which resulted in the under rotation. Just a hair short and the hop forward, but really well done as the leadoff performer.
We'll see if she can top her career high of 9.775. As Allison Zolke, 9.875 4 times, including last week where she's done it 2 times this season. Allison Zolke, the transfer from Towson.
Hang on for this vault. It is named after her. So much going on in that vault, as we said. It's about 6 seconds long, and I still don't quite understand everything she does in this vault, but she does a front handspring on and then into a Sukahara tuck full, big hop backwards. But what a unique vault. So exciting to see some difference in vaults, especially in this lineup. It gives the judges a nice break from the usual Yurchenko entry that we see very frequently.
Genesis Gibson, 9.825 career best. Season best this year is 9.75 last week at Illinois. Her mom, Roxanne, is from Ecuador. Genesis Gibson, the sophomore from Prosper, Texas.
Really nice first handstand there. Good job working through that Maloney to pack salto. Lacked a little amplitude on the pack, which the judges will deduct for. Good job working through final handstand and just the dismount here. Double layout dismount. Let go a little early like Sophia right before her, which resulted in the large step forward. See, just a little early there, letting go of the bar, and as we discussed in our deductions corner, those steps can be up to a 10th each, so that will be a sizable deduction, but the rest of the routine was really nice.
Genesis from the World Olympic Gymnastics Academy. Kendall LaPlante, as you see the score for Zolke, 9.825. Career high 9.85 at the Big Fives last year at Ohio State. Season high 9.825 against Minnesota. That was in her last meet, so she comes in with a good score.
Kendall has a beautiful full twisting Yurchenko, just needs to find that landing. Good job, a little bit of a hop backward, a little to the side. She didn't go too much over to the left. Little body position there in the air and a decent sized hop backward. But a nice recovery after her uneven bars performance. That wasn't exactly what she wanted.
So Olivia, on the hop, then an extra step. Do they take a look at that other step as well after the hop?
Once she shows control at the end of the vault and then steps to salute, it's no longer a deduction, but great info, Dino.
Emma Simpton, the sophomore from Metroplex Gymnastics, 9.85 career high.
Really nice first handstand and great combination. Excellent handstand half turn. Her teammates are jumping up and down for that one. They need a stuck landing here after the first two. Oh no, oh. It looks like all of these dismounts are just a little under rotated, but check out the team's reaction during the routine. And it almost looks like she just lost a little energy there at the end, let go early, and couldn't quite make it all the way around. Again, that will be, unfortunately, a decent-sized deduction.
Here's the youngster, Karina Munoz, the freshman from East Brunswick, New Jersey. 9.85, twice already this season, including her last match against Minnesota.
Lovely vault for Karina. I love how excited she gets Coach Larissa Libby told us she fit in immediately when she got there. Check out the height. Flared it out there at the end. The smallest little scoot on the landing. But that has been the best vault in this rotation so far. And she knows it too.
Jersey girl. As Clara Colombo up next. She served on the student athlete panel at the Huskers event. So Colombo, 9.9 career best, season best, 9.775, a 5-time Nebraska Scholar athlete.
For all gymnastics fans out there, this routine is jam-packed with difficulty. Super difficult eagle grip to a massive piked Jaeger. A little funky there on her pack salto. It looked like she lost a little momentum, but great job bringing it back up on the high bar. And check out this upgraded dismount, a double front with a half turn to, I believe, a stuck landing. It looks like we had Coach right there in front of the landing, but beautiful in the air. It looks like her shoulders just got a little bit too far over her wrists, but this was the highlight. Massive double front, and with a half turn on the end, finds the landing. That's the perfectly controlled stuck landing that the Huskers are looking for.
Last meet she had a 9.425. We'll see if that stuck landing will bring her back up. Here we go with Linda Zivit. 9.975, as you mentioned, against Minnesota, the transfer from Michigan State.
And hang on, because this vault can soar. Really difficult 10.0 start value vault. A Sukahara with a full twist, so difficult to perform. She didn't quite get the perfect stick, but beautiful in the air, and the smallest hop to the left, really minimal. It will not be the 9.975, but it definitely should be above a 9.9, in my opinion.
See the score for Colombo, 9.75. Emma Spence, the Canadian, 9.85 twice, including last year. Season best so far, 9.825 against Arkansas. Emma Spence on the bars for the Cornhuskers.
Nice first handstand for Emma. Really good job. Pack salto directly into the toe handstand for the difficult Van Leeuwen. And right into the dismount to finish it off. Hop backwards, but the routine is excellent. She added in that third release move just this season. The nice job on the dismount. Just didn't quite find the perfect stuck landing, but these last couple routines for the Huskers have been great.
Up next, she goes by one letter. That's how good she is. They call her Q, Jerquavia Henderson. She's 9th all-time in this event at 9.925. 3 times she's hit it. Her best this year, 9.9 against the Buckeyes.
And she has been capable of sticking this perfectly. Hop backward on the landing, but that is one of the most dynamic and technically perfect full twisting Yurchenkos in the NCAA. Check out the pop off the table and just that hop backward. Really nicely done. She's working on a 1.5 twist for that 10.0 start value. Larissa Libby said that we may see that later on in the season, so keep your eyes open for that one.
Here comes Kinsey Davis, the junior from Huntersville, North Carolina, part of Southeast Gymnastics. As I mentioned, her dad, a big-time gymnast at Nebraska. Her mom was also a gymnast for a year at Nebraska. Kinsey Davis.
This routine is jam-packed Little close there on that Hindorf. I'm honestly impressed that she landed the way she did, and just off after that release move. Couldn't quite make it around on the bail. Just a slip there, but caught very close there on that release move and had to bring it right back for the bail. And it looks like her right arm just slipped there. Again, uneven bars, people don't recognize how difficult it is to land on your two arms. And sometimes you slip, and she's gonna get back up and finish the routine. And that's what you wanna see. No injuries or anything, keeps it going. Beautiful double layout. Not the routine she wanted. I talked to her last year at the Big Ten Championships, and she said, I just want that 10 on bars. And I have no doubt in my mind she'll get there.
Davis with a little slip there, as you said. Here are the totals of Hugh with a 9.85, 3 9.85s back to back to back in 4, 5, and 6.
That's definitely what Iowa needed after their uneven bars rotation, and now they get to go to floor exercise, which is one of their best events. So I'm excited about that rotation.
49-1-2-5 their team score. Iowa finish with the vault. We're expecting an exhibition from the freshman from Hungary, Chenge Bakskai. 9-7-0 at George Washington. Did not compete in the last two Big Ten matches. She did compete in the 2022 World Gymnastics Championships.
Really important position here for Chenge. She gets to compete in front of her home crowd. Lots of big gymnastics here. Unique routine. I love seeing the difference in skills on a nice hit routine that is definitely viable for this Husker bar lineup.
Speaking of viable, how about the youngster, the freshman by way of Jersey, Iowa's Karina Munoz. Solid on the vault. Third rotation when we return to the Big Ten Network. Time for Big Ten women's gymnastics. It's the focus of our State Farm State of Success. A big, big weekend, including the Ohio State Buckeyes with an all-time program high beam score and their second highest team total score in program history.
The Big Ten has put the big in big. Check out these two perfect 10s on vault from my alma mater, Abbey High School and Sierra Brooks. These are two of the best vaults in the country. In her super senior year, Abbey High School has been lights out, and Sierra Brooks is just like a cat finding that landing. And of course, the great Maya Hu 10. She puts the 10 and 10 with her 5th career perfect 10 on floor at the PAV. I swear everyone just gets more excited watching her compete. It is a joy having these athletes in our conference.
Showstopper indeed, and I love the 10 in her name. Maya Hooten gets you all excited for the Big Fives and then the Big Ten championships as well. We got a tight one here. Iowa has taken the lead. They were down after the first rotation. Now they lead it, Olivia, with a 97.95. Nebraska hanging in there with a 97.275.
Iowa is going to the floor exercise where head coach Larissa Libby told us this is going to be one of their best events, and it has been historically. They're playing around with lineups, but who we're going to see on the event is really exciting.
Iowa 13th in the country on the floor with a high of 49.5 as you see the scores for Nebraska. They had to drop the Davis score. Remember, she had the fall. And meanwhile, Nebraska 23rd on the beam. And you see those 3 straight 9.85. That's one way to take the lead. 9.85, 9.85, 9.85.
And huge props to Avery Chambers for her debut on vault. Great place to start and only up from here. We are on 2 new apparatus, and let's see what these judges are looking for on balance beam. There are some important aspects. 180-degree split. Each athlete needs to show that perfect position. They need an acro series, 2 saltos connected. Judges are looking for difficulty of their skills and connections. And of course, you're going to hear it a lot, the perfect stuck landing to end the routine with an exclamation point. Floor exercise is a little more of a party, but the judges are still looking for certain elements. Controlled lunge out of your tumbling. You need to keep the front foot down and can take a controlled step backward. Height and amplitude of all of the elements. And of course, similar to balance beam, that 180-degree split is a requirement for all floor competitors.
Always a party with Olivia Karras in the house as well. Great job breaking it down as we get ready for the Hawkeyes on the floor and Nebraska on the beam. The Hawkeyes are going to slide in Hannah Castillo, a freshman from Boca Raton, Florida, Monarch, and she'll get the leadoff spot for Larissa Libby. As you see the beam lineup, 3 sophomores, Hall, Simpton, and Spence in the lineup for Coach Brink.
And Coach Brink told us that this sophomore class is crucial to the success of the Huskers this season. Love seeing 3 of them in this lineup. That class is really important for this team.
Go Huskers!
So Nebraska will lead off with Asia Hall, the sophomore from Roger, Arkansas. Career high was set this season with a 9.875. She's coming off at 9.85 at Illinois, part of the Hopes and Dreams Gymnastics.
Asia is in arguably the hardest lineup spot in all of college gymnastics, the beam leadoff. Lots of pressure to set the tone for the remainder of this lineup. Nice full turn to open her beam routine. Was her series, as we discussed, and what the judges were looking for, a back handspring layout, step out. Large deduction there as she turned to the side, and a large balance check. Another slight balance check there as well on her front aerial skill. Lovely split jump to split ring combination, very difficult. Nice round off 1.5 twist. That was a little bit of a college stick there. She couldn't quite show perfect control before turning to salute the judge. But did a great job minimizing the deductions as the earlier portion of the routine was just a little shaky. But again, there are 5 more balance beam competitors, so that routine can be dropped if the other 5 hit.
All right, as we mentioned, into the lineup, the freshman Hannah Castillo. You talked about the pressure on the beam. A little different kind of pressure here where you said it was a party, but you got to believe a little bit of nerves for Hannah.
And you definitely have to rein in the party. Adrenaline can be both your best friend and your nemesis on floor. Great job on her opening combination. Perfect lunge. Beautiful leap combination. Final pass for Hannah. She finishes off with a big double tuck. Great job. Perfect perfect start for the Hawkeyes on floor exercise. Love seeing that smile. The teammates love it. They're so excited for her. She only did a 2-pass floor routine as she packed the difficulty in both passes. The slightest little shuffle with the back leg there on the lunge, but what a great leadoff performance. That's exactly what the Hawkeyes are looking for.
Emma Simpton after Hall in with a 9.65. Simpton from Metroplex Gymnastics, 9.875. Career high set at GW. She had a 9.85 in her last meet at Illinois.
Emma opens up with a big tumbling run here. 2 back handsprings, layout, step out. Barely stayed on the balance beam with that back foot. Great awareness of where she was on the apparatus. Emma is such a calm balance beam worker. Split jump to a sheep jump. Takes her eyes off the beam. So difficult. Just the dismount. A gainer full. That was a phenomenal balance beam routine. If I'm being nitpicky, she had a little bit of her shoulders were down a bit on the landing, but check this out. 3 skills in a row, and look at that back foot, the amount of strength it takes to do that. And the gainer full, little bit of a low chest position, but she managed to keep her feet in one place, stick the landing, and Coach Heather Brink is excited about that.
That's part of that sophomore class that you mentioned for Heather Brink. Emma Simpton. Bailey Libby still waiting on the score for Hannah Castillo. Libby, another youngster out of Iowa City, went to Iowa City West. Judges talking it over will tell you more about Libby, who will be up next. 9.85 2 times this season, including against the Buckeyes. Her last meet, a 9.825 for Bailey Libby. She's got to wait a little bit longer as they talk about the scores. When they did that when you were a gymnast, did you shake it off? How did you focus?
Different athletes handle the wait time a little differently. I like to walk around, jump around, talk to my teammates. Some athletes like to stay in their bubble, but it looks like Bailey is doing a nice job keeping it light. I'm thinking, though, the person who is a little more nervous for her may be her mom, who just so happens to be head coach Larissa Libby.
Yeah, how about Larissa opening up about, yep, the whole relationship right there. And when they're at home, she said, all right, you're going to tell me, are you talking to me as mom or are you talking to me as coach? And she really broke down that very interesting dynamic.
I respect Larissa so much for the fact that she does not give Bailey any added favoritism or anything. She says that the assistant coaches are really the ones helping make decisions for lineups, and Bailey has earned every single ounce of what she has accomplished so far, including this rotation spot on floor exercise.
And Olivia, one thing you have to know as you see Larissa, then her daughter right there, she grew up around all of these gymnasts, all of the alumni. So you know right now Claire Kaji is watching on, right? I mean, they're probably as big of fans as anybody because she grew up with them.
I love that. I mean, when you think about what a full circle moment that is for this amazing athlete, it must be difficult to be coached by your mom, but to come into this program you've idolized for your whole life. You've watched her succeed and her athletes succeed, and now you get to do this in an Iowa leotard. That's pretty special.
And I can guarantee you that she's also excited about you calling this performance, having watched you and all your success at Michigan.
Well, thank you, Dean. But I'm excited for her. front double twist to open the routine. Second pass for Bailey, combination pass. Gorgeous job, 1.5 front layout, beautiful amplitude.
She's fun, Olivia.
I'm loving this routine. Beautiful leap combination, fulfilling her 180-degree split requirement, and the smile is off the charts. Final pass for Bailey. Rudy, front 1.5. And I love watching Larissa just clap, both as her mom and as her coach. It's really cool to watch. She does such a nice job on that combination. We don't normally see that perfect amplitude out of the second pass, and the big hug from her mom. That just gives me goosebumps watching that.
Has to. It has to. All right, now we move back over to Allie Gard, a freshman from Round Rock, Texas, an Arkansas transfer, just one semester there, part of J&R Gymnastics, set her career high 9.8 last meet at Illinois.
While it might have been tricky for Bailey Libby before her routine, Allie also had to stand there and wait too. So far, so good with that lovely back handspring layout series. Split jump to split 3/4, a little shy of 180 degrees on the first split, but the turning jump looked very nice. Nice work there. She looked a little bit off and minimized the deduction very well. Just the dismount for Allie. A stick here would be awesome. Decent step backward. She looked a little off there on the switch leap going into the gainer pike. Really difficult combination. Her single skill element, it almost looked like her left foot was off, and dip in the shoulder there on the switch leap going into the gainer pike. That's a really hard combination right there at the end. She gets some notes from Coach Heather Brink. A great routine for Allie.
Libby with a 9.80, just under her career high of 9.85. Linda Zivit, 9.9 two times, including twice this year, 9.875 her last two meets. Linda Zivit.
And this routine is a full-out performance. Great first pass, lots of difficulty packed in there. Little off there on her leap, slight little bobble backward, covered it up well. Beautiful combination. Rudy to a layout step out. Linda is such a fantastic performer. She goes all out every single time, and I just love watching her compete. Such a difficult pass here. A Rudy right into the layout step out. Slightest cross of the legs there, and the tongue sticking out after the pass. I love seeing her personality come through in that routine.
She strikes me as a ferocious competitor as well. As we move over to Clara Colombo, you see the 9.875 for Simpton, followed up by guards 9.750. Colombo, 9.85 set this year, her career high against Maryland.
Front aerial to 2 back handsprings. She did a great job continuing the arm movement out of her front skill into the back skill. Split jump to double stag. Little bit of a balance check, but very minimal. The dismount. She does a cartwheel into a 1.5 twist. There is a perfect stuck landing. I'm loving the excitement from her and her teammates. The control there on the landing was awesome, but check that out. Continues moving through the front aerial into the 2 back handsprings. Great view there, just showing you how small the balance beam really is. And the 1.5 twist, slightest knee bend, but an excellent controlled landing to top off that routine.
Up next, Karina Munoz, career high 9.875, last meet 9.725. Gotta figure she's gonna bring some personality here.
Great job on that landing. Perfect lunge position. And the party can start now.
She knows where the camera is.
That's a skill. Karina, she ends with a double pike. Little under rotation there, wasn't the perfect landing, but she covered it up really well. Right at the camera, Dean, you weren't kidding. She knows exactly where the cameras are. We get 3 more years of her, so how exciting is that? Finishes it up with a really nice, clean double pike. Shoulders were just a bit in front of her knees, which resulted in the under rotation. But her performance quality is absolutely electric.
Speaking of electric, we move to Emma Spence, the sophomore, 9.925 career high, as she is part of the all-around story. No Hawkeyes in the all-around, just Spence and McClellan. Spence, season high 9.825 3 times, including her last 2 in the Big Ten.
Very difficult double wolf turn to start her balance beam routine. Similar Same series we saw from Clara Colombo, and a great view there. Good work there on her leap combination. She looked a little bit off on the first jump. Kept moving through her arms to minimize the deduction. Very well done. Just the dismount, round off, 1.5 twist. Oh no. Very uncharacteristic fall there right at the end, but a beautiful opening skill there. And it looks like she didn't quite make it all the way around, and the mat didn't slip, but she didn't quite get her shoulders in front of her knees. She looked a little confused, honestly. Needed just a little bit more of a pop off the balance beam. The routine on the beam was great.
All right, now we move back over to Adeline Kenlin. 9.925. Career high set in her last 2 meets, back-to-back against Ohio State and Minnesota. The junior from Iowa City, Adeline Kenlin.
This routine embodies the team's theme this year, which is Title IX, and celebrating all Title IX has done for female athletes. Extremely intense. Beautiful leap combination, one of my favorite in the NCAA. Perfectly done. She's so funny, such an intense routine, and then so much personality and silliness. I just love watching her compete and then seeing her play around and have fun. These leaps are pristine, beautiful position in the air, hits that ring. And the excitement and intensity, she is such a joy. I love watching her do gymnastics.
Well said. So now Sophia McClellan, as you see, spent with a 9.475. McClellan in a position to win the all-around against her teammate, Sophia McClellan. Resting mount on the beam for Nebraska.
Another one of those very difficult double wolf turns into what looked like the coffee grinder after that. That was pretty cool.
Sophia's career high came as a member of BYU, 9.925, season high 9.9.
Massive back handspring layout.
Go big red in there.
That is, yes, they did. It's her jump combination. A beat jump to a double stag jump. Loving how emotional, calm, the pace of this routine is very nice. Dismount, back handspring, top one. For me so far, that landing was as good as it gets. The performance, the excitement. Dino, you liked this mount. Very interesting and cool. We don't see that as often, and the series was so high, tons of amplitude, perfectly straight legs, and the icing on the cake, massive height off the balance beam, saw exactly where she was.
It's gonna be a good score.
That should be a very good score. And speaking of good scores,
Arcadia Henderson, 9.975 4 times, including the last meet against Minnesota. Her 9.775 is tied for first in the history for Iowa on the floor.
and hang on for this first pass, a massive full twisting double tuck. Perfect landing.
Power.
Amazing power and fun. Gorgeous 180-degree split in her leap combination. Final pass for Q, a double tuck. Front through, 2 double tuck. Huge and a perfect lunge out of it. Judges, pay attention. That was flawless. Absolutely flawless. And she does it exactly like that every single time. Huge full twisting double tuck. Perfect lunge out of it. And a front through into the highest double tuck ever. Perfect lunge. At some point, a judge needs to recognize that she does it like that every single time. And where is the 10? Where is it? And where is it?
It's interesting, that big smile at the end kind of matched her heartbeat. So good right there for Q.
So good. And she really, I mean, I can't emphasize it enough. The consistency of her floor competition work is off the charts.
Lauren Homacello, exhibition on the left, as Q still waiting on her score. But a good chance, 9.925 for Q.
That's ridiculous. Unfortunately, Lauren is off on her triple series. Nice full turn.
Lauren, a freshman from the state of Nebraska, part of the Omaha Gymnastics Academy.
Really nice beat jump to straddle 3/4. One and a half. Stop landing. If she can find consistency on that first tumbling run, she will be fantastic in this balance beam lineup. Really nice job coming back after the early fall.
Aubrey Nick, a junior from Illinois, last to go on exhibition. Aubrey now will get a chance to show Larissa Livy what she can do.
First pass for Aubrey, a front double twist. And an extremely fun routine.
Nice little music mix here. It gives me a chance to say happy birthday a day early to our audio man, Ryan Curtis, who will celebrate a birthday tomorrow.
What a fun routine for Aubrey Nick. Love seeing the amazing performance quality of this Iowa team.
After 3, you see Iowa with the lead. We saw 9.925s from both teams. Sophia McClellan now tied for the all-around title, and they call her Q. Terquavia Henderson also with a 9.925. Next Monday, don't miss another great women's gymnastics matchup when the Buckeyes compete against the Illini. Coverage begins next Monday at 9 Eastern only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. This is fun. Monday night, Big Ten women's gymnastics, arguably one of the best conferences for women's gymnastics across the country. And Iowa leads it through 3 rotations, 147, 175. Olivia, let's break down Nebraska's results on the beam, including McClellan with that 9.925.
McClellan's 9.925 was so well deserved. A little shaky on balance beam for Nebraska. Unfortunately, that fall from Emma Spence really had a great routine going up until then, but there's nothing quite like competing floor exercise at home, so the Huskers are going over there to have a party.
Q with a 9.925, Munoz with a 9.875, and a really fun performance.
I will never be okay with anything sub 10 for Q, but we're just going to let it happen today. But amazing job as always. She's so consistent. Loving Karina Munoz making a statement with that 9.875. And don't forget the amazing Bailey Libby.
Yes.
What a magical floor routine. I just still am thinking about it and love. I cannot believe we get more time with her. We get 3 more years of that amazingness. I'm so excited.
Yeah, that's going to be great. And it was really nice the way Larissa opened up about how difficult it is. I mean, you're coaching your daughter on the big stage.
I can't even imagine. I know my mom's listening right now, and if my mom was my coach, I don't know how I would have done. So I'm really glad she wasn't, but I also love to see the amazing camaraderie between Larissa and Bailey, both as mom and daughter and as coach and athlete.
Meanwhile, you look at Heather Brink, who had not 1, not 2, but 3 10s in her amazing career at Nebraska. As you see her lineup, Keeneman, Guard, Rourke, Pieringer, McClellan, and Spence. I think they're dead even in the all-around race, and they'll end it on the floor for the Cornhuskers.
Great lineup there for Nebraska. Again, competing at home is such an amazing experience, especially on floor exercise. You get to finish your evening off in front of your home crowd. Everyone's there hyping you up in your team colors. Those are the moments I miss about gymnastics, those moments competing in front of all those fans and being able to put on a great show for those students. I know that head coach Heather Brink told us they were really pushing to get their Greek life and their students into the arena, so loving that it looks like they had a great turnout, both from some young aspiring athletes as well as from the amazing student population in Lincoln.
So a couple changes now as Adeline Kenlin is going to move to the 5 spot. Karina Munoz will get the anchor spot, and Marissa Rojas will be exhibition. So Munoz gets herself into the beam for Larissa Libby. Iowa 22nd in the nation on the beam. Nebraska 41st in the country on the floor. So Munoz is now magically in the all-around. And how about that? Larissa Libby kind of feeling the moxie from Munoz and slides her in there.
You know, one of the hardest things about college gymnastics is picking those top 6 athletes to go in the lineup. And so ultimately, you need to put the routines up that you think are the right ones on that day. They may not be your highest scoring, but they may be the ones that on that given day at that given time are going to go in. And head coach Larissa Libby thought it's time for Miss Munoz to make her mark in the beam lineup.
Well, and Munoz leads it 29.425, while Spence and McClellan are 29.125. We'll start with Q. Jerquavia Henderson, career high 9-9 at Ohio State 2 weeks ago, 9.75 in the last meet against Minnesota.
Beautiful full turn to open up this routine. It's her acro series, back handspring, layout, step out. Great job. Q is such a reliable lead-off performer. Beautiful leap combination. Big dismount here for Jerquavia. A massive double tuck, really difficult skill. Hop backwards, but great routine. So calm, cool, and collected in that leadoff spot. Head coach Larissa Libby gave massive props to Jessa Hansen-Parker, the beam coach, for her amazing work. And look at the height. Great set, sees the ground, big hop backwards, and love seeing Jessa get excited. That hop backwards is definitely going to be a deduction, probably at least a 10th, maybe a little bit more, but Q is such a great leadoff performer.
So much fun to watch as Katie Keeneman, the sophomore from Longview, Texas, 9.85 career high, 9.775 season high, set against Maryland.
Katie was in the exhibition spot last season. It's great to see her crack the lineup and lead off this Husker floor rotation. Nice double pike.
Texas East Gymnastics.
Second pass, or combination pass, a front layout to a front full. Good control on her landing. Little under-rotated on the Wolf 1.5 difficult skill as she goes into her final pass, 1.5 front layout. Really nice leadoff routine for the Huskers. Great seeing Katie in that first spot, earning her spot in the lineup. Final pass ended it with a combination pass, really difficult to do. Great timing there on the connection as she finished up her competition evening.
Back to the beam, the transfer from Towson, Allison Zolke, career high 9.85, set back in 2021, season high 9.8 at Ohio State. Q with the 9.875.
Beautiful triple series. I love how aggressive she is on balance beam. Jumps right in to her difficult series element. Comes right back with a switch lead to a straddle 3/4. Quick and easy routine. Cartwheel, gainer full. Great control on the landing. So far, the Hawkeyes for 2 for 2 on great beam routines.
High level of concentration right there.
Very much so. It's hard to finish on balance beam, but they're doing an awesome job, and sees the landing for Allison. Great control. Loving the excitement from this Hawkeye squad.
Tremendous focus for Allison Zolke. Well done. Allie Gard, the freshman from Round Rock, Texas, the Arkansas transfer from J&R Gymnastics. This is her first time on the floor officially for the Cornhuskers.
We've seen a few competition event debuts this evening. It's great to see the lineups changing around, playing around with adding some athletes in there. Good double pike, little bobble there on the landing. Not quite a perfect lunge.
Allie in 2019, fourth in the all-around as part of the Texas State Championships.
Front layout to a front full. Very nice finish there. Double tuck. Short landing. It looks like she couldn't quite make it all the way around. Shoulders just landed a bit in front of her knees, which resulted in the under rotation and the steps forward. Right there, chest down. Her eyes were looking down at the floor, and she had to take a few steps forward before finishing. The judges will deduct for those steps, but it is a hit routine on her first time in the lineup.
Alexa Ebeling, career high 9.85 at the Super 16s. The sophomore from Iowa had a 9.8 in the last meet against Minnesota.
Opening skill, back handspring layout, step out. Slightly off, but notice she kept her eyes on the end of the beam and really made a good adjustment to minimize the deduction. Nice jump combination there, taking her eyes off the beam. Well done, front aerial skill. Just the dismount, she does a gainer pike. Teeniest hop forward. Will be a deduction for a little bit of an under rotation, as well as the hop. Great side view here, exactly what the judges will see. Smallest little hop forward. She could use a bit more height off of the balance beam to help with that under rotation, but that's 3 hit routines.
You have to remember, Iowa lost 7 outstanding gymnasts from a year ago. In comes these freshmen, now the sophomore class. You talked about Nebraska's sophomore class, the Hawkeyes sophomore class, pretty solid as well.
There's lots to work with on these teams. They have amazing athletes, they have lots of depth, and so ultimately what these coaches are doing is playing with the lineups to see which athletes can go at whatever time, in whatever spot in the lineup, and that's a position you want to be in. You want to be able to play around with your lineups, give different athletes the opportunity to compete, and see what works best on any given day.
Allie Rohrig, the sophomore from Waverly, Nebraska, part of the Nebraska School of Gymnastics. 9.875 career high last year, season high 9.85 in her last meet against Illinois.
opening pass for Hallie, a front through to a double tuck. Really nice control there at the end. Love seeing the different styles on floor exercise from different athletes. Second pass for Hallie. Big double pike. Little scoop backward. She didn't keep the front foot perfectly placed, which is a small deduction. Great routine after the under rotation before her for Allie. Nice job bringing it back, keeping the momentum going. She had great height on that first pass. Little step forward instead of backward, which is an under rotation, but this was lovely. Double pike, chest in a good position, small scoot backward, but an overall very clean routine.
Well said. As you see the scores, the 9.875 from Q, Zolke 9.825, Eveling 9.75, Aubrey Nick up next, 9.9 at the Super 16. Little wobble there as she got onto the beam. Her season high is a 9.8 against Minnesota.
Good job working through that bobble. You are right, Dean. Just a little bit off. Very good back handspring layout step out. Super solid. Nice front aerial to a beautiful smile. Love seeing these athletes smile on balance beam. It's very hard to do, to smile on the balance beam. Round off 1.5 to a perfectly controlled stuck landing. That is exactly what you want to finish off your routine that had a little bit of a shaky start, but not the end. Sees exactly where she needs to be. Perfect control, heels together, and finishes her day off on a very high note.
Aubrey Nick with a stuck landing right into your living room here on the Big Ten Network. Instruction there, Larissa Libby, assisted by Jessa Hansen-Parker, Quest Hayden, Rachel David, and Ryan Rucktixel as the Director of Operations. As we move to Kylie Piringer now for Nebraska, the senior from Ramsey, New Jersey, 9.9 career high, season high 9.825. She hit that in the first two meets, 9.8 in the last two.
Kylie has been a staple in the Nebraska floor lineup. Opens up with a double tuck. Little bounce back there. She did manage to stay in bounds. She stepped out of bounds. It is an automatic 1/10 deduction, so great work staying in bounds. Nice 1.5 front layout. Beautiful amplitude in both of those skills. Good jump combination there. Final pass for Kylie. She ends with a double pike. Good work, just a step forward instead of backward, so the ever so slightest under rotation. But it's always a pleasure seeing Kylie Piringer in the floor lineup. She has so much power and height in this first pass. Hop backward there, but again, great work staying in bounds and finishes it off with the same skill in piked position. Just a step forward as opposed to backward at the end.
Adeline Kinlan, a 9.975, makes her first all-time, a tie for a career high, the junior from Iowa City. She's had a 9.9 two times this season, and those scores coming back-to-back against Ohio State and Minnesota, and she was ready to go.
Loving how calm she is before this routine. As we mentioned on the top of the show, Adeline is the reigning NCAA beam runner-up, second to the great Sunisa Lee. Competes for Auburn. So pretty, back handspring, layout, step out. She combines such confidence with elegance on balance beam. Difficult combination. Front aerial was just ever so off, but the veteran she is worked through it into her jump combination. This routine is near flawless. Just the dismount, a cartwheel, gainer full. If she could stick this will be a massive score. My goodness. She is on major controlled stick watch today. Totally perfect on her landings. Wow. The height off the beam was great. Sees the landing, holds it, says, check this out, judges. I know exactly what I'm doing. And the reaction is phenomenal. She knows it was good, and she should know it was good because it was lovely.
Fantastic breakdown, Olivia, and a wonderful job by Miss Kinlan, who continues to deliver. Remember, we have the all-around race still up for grabs. Sophia McClellan and Emma Spence still to go, and then Munoz is going to make her first appearance on the beam. Sophia McClellan on the floor for the Cornhuskers.
See the 9.8 come through for Kylie Pieringer. Sets up Sophia McClellan for a great opportunity here. Beautiful floaty front double twist.
.925 for Kinlan.
Very well deserved. Perfect control on her combination pass.
So Sophie set her career high as a Cornhusker, 9.9, coming over from BYU.
Final pass for Sophia. She does a Rudy into a massive double stag jump. And I'm loving the shimmy, the fun. She is such a great addition to this Husker squad. Great work on the Rudy into the big jump and the shimmy. So much fun. She's had a great day.
Boy, Heather was really fired up to tell us about her. And how fired up are we to see Karina Munoz Inserted late on the beam, first time officially. The Iowa Hawkeyes with a chance at the all-around.
This is such an exciting moment for Karina. She's competed in the exhibition a few times. Now she has the chance in the lineup. And so far, so good with that difficult leap combination. Nice full turn. Here comes her big test, a back handspring layout step out series. She did have some issues with it last week. Let's see if she can hone in on it today. There we go, really nice work. Littlest bobble there. She stayed on the balance beam, which is super important. Back handspring gainer full. Almost stuck. It looked like her left foot did scooch ever so slightly, and there was a small arm circle. Great side view here. The front foot came up the teeniest bit, and the dismount, really great technique. And no foot movement, but an arm circle there, which isn't a no deduction ending, but pretty dang close, and loving her excitement and emotion. It's so much fun.
All right, so she's in play for the all-around, and so is Emma Spence, the sophomore from Canada, 9.9 career high, setting back-to-back meets against George Washington and Maryland, had a 9.75 in the last meet.
First pass for Emma, front through, double tuck. Great control on the landing.
Munoz 9.925, so that means Spence needs a decent score here. Spence, whose great-grandmother was a Canadian sprinter who was in the semifinals of the 1932 Olympics in LA.
That's a fun stat. She's got some competition blood in her. Final pass for Emma. She finishes off with a double pike. Perfect landing. That's a fun routine to compete in front of your home crowd on Monday Fun Day. Great work for Emma Spence. Such an all-around, calm, fun competitor. Big smile as she finishes her day. And high fives all around for the super sophomore.
Trust yourself, Mary. You're good.
Marissa Rojas will slide into the exhibition. She actually has the 8th all-time best score on the beam for the Hawkeyes at 9.925, the sophomore from Canton, Michigan.
Big opening combination, 2 back handsprings into a layout step out. New series for Marissa, and rock solid in the series debut. Nice full turn. Switch leap, split 3/4, landing sideways on the balance beam. Very difficult landing. Gainer full to a hop, but major props to Marissa Rojas. That is a new routine she competed such a great feeling nailing that routine after practice and reworking it. It's an awesome moment for her.
Emma Simpton, exhibition for Nebraska. This will not count for the final scores, but you see the bright smile of Simpton, the sophomore from Dallas, Texas, part of Metroplex Gymnastics.
Emma competed in the exhibition spot last weekend in Champaign for the first time. Still getting used to competing this floor routine. Well done, double tuck. Final pass for Emma. 1.5 front layout. Little low on the second salto there, which resulted in a little bit of a deep landing. Routine, just her second time competing floor exercise, first time in at home. Great work for Emma Simpton. Head coach Heather Brink is really excited about getting this athlete in the floor lineup. Good job making it all the way around there, and high fives all around.
So the number 17 team in the country, the Iowa Hawkeyes, they've got some veteran leadership. They have some young superstars, including the daughter of Larissa Libby and Miss Munoz. The Iowa Hawkeyes knock off Nebraska, and Miss Munoz wins the all-around. Kemlin pretty good, too. We'll be back with more after this. The win thanks to their all-around winner, Karina Munoz. Ready for the big moment, Olivia Karras.
I'm literally obsessed with her. She was phenomenal this evening. Such an amazing all-around competitor, and has been great on 3 events. Gets thrown in the anchor spot on beam, absolutely nails it, and wins the all-around. What an amazing evening for the freshman.
And we are joined by Karina Munoz. And Karina, I gotta tell you, I felt like you knew the cameras were there an hour before this thing started. Then you get slid in to that final spot to win the all-around. You were ready for this moment, weren't you? Talk about it.
Yeah, honestly, just being thrown into being the last moment, I was like, okay, I got this. And the minute I hit and I saw that score, I was to tears. Like, just being able to do all around as a freshman was something I'm so truly blessed to say, and I'm so happy that I did it today.
Karina, you are a fantastic athlete. You light up the arena when you compete. I loved watching you do floor. What has been your favorite moment so far as being a Hawkeye athlete?
I think it's just the energy. The Hawkeye Nation, we bring so much energy, so much fans, and every single time we compete, we use that energy and we just let it all out. And just being able to do it on floor and engage the audience is something that I'm so proud to do.
Karina, I find this team fascinating with great leadership in seniors and a couple young freshmen like yourself. Talk about the variety on this team.
Everyone has a role on the team. We have freshmen, sophomore, junior, seniors, and we all have a place on this team, no matter if you're in the lineup and if you're not, and everyone knows that. No matter what, we're there for one each other, we have each other's backs, and I love this team so much, and I'm just so happy to be part of it.
Guess what else you can love? Karina Munoz, you won the all-around title. Go enjoy it with your teammates.
Thank you so much. Have a good night. Go Hawks!
All right, go Hawks indeed. That youngster's going to be solid, Olivia.
I cannot wait. We get 3.5 more amazing years with her, and what a phenomenal evening for that lovely freshman.
Quick comment on Nebraska.
Keep your eyes out for them. They're doing a great job. Lots of new faces in the lineup. working out some kinks here and there, but I don't think they're out of this. I think that they have a good thing going this season.
Well, that's going to wrap it up from Lincoln, Nebraska, where the results are in. The Iowa Hawkeyes, number 17 in the country, they get the win, 196-475. Nebraska, 195.3. And stealing the show, the freshman from New Jersey for Iowa, your all-around winner, Karina Munoz. For Jim Ressler, Jeff Clark, and our entire crew, as well as Olivia Karas, I'm Dean Linke. So long from Lincoln.